Wow.
And hello, hello
Yep.
everyone.
Yep.
So, welcome to the OC Philippines Mania Nationals 2024 4K Mappool Showcase. I'm Silo Vasquez, and joining me here on the booth is going to be Lot and Itawachi. Hello there, how are you two
I'm
doing?
so glad to be showcasing this Mappool after like 1 day of delays.
Hi, hi, I'm
Yep.
here as well.
Yeah, I mean, even with the delays though, like kind of necessary just to make sure that the pools are actually viable for this tournament. And I mean, but like overall though, it's a really difficult pool. And I remember saying this on the semis showcase. If the previous pool was hard, or at least if you think it was a little bit too easy, we're gonna be ramping up the difficulty once again for this round. though there are a few things that will change, like how right now in finals week it's best of 13, seven first 7 points, and there's gonna be an extra rice and an extra Ellen pick, just to compensate for the amount of points that there are now.
Yep.
That being said, though, before we proceed to the actual showcase, I would just like to remind everyone to please stay on the showcase, stay in the stream until it goes offline. Like, you literally do not want to miss anything here in this stream. Just gonna say that right now.
We have just a little surprise at the very end that you may be excited of. This one's going to be huge, and what you see at the end is a bit of, let's say, a tease for you guys.
Yeah,
But now,
wait. First things first. Like, just a note. If you guys know where to look for things, you might already know what we mean. But you know, let's keep it now. Let's keep quiet for those who know.
Yeah,
I mean,
keep it
yeah.
all low key, you know?
My
let's
if
not
groups having
spoil.
children have more and more of them. 1 billion children were born accidentally, and the room is so full that they can't even fit in all.
Oh wow, well, now moving on to our first pick. So typically when we're having a rice one, it's speed. And of course, as usual, we're gonna be having a speed pick. Don't mind the score, by the way. My left hand has been a little weird, so to speak. So, true believer, I believe when you think of E-type, of course, you think of speed and all that. And right now, you can see that it kind of looks fine. But as time progresses, it's gonna start to be more difficult.
Yeah, this one has a pretty subtle sense of difficulty progression, but anything subtle can be exaggerated when you are slowly having your stamina sucked off by the map. This kind of follows the same fashion as last week's speed pick. It's more conventional mapping wise, and it should not be tricky to act, but it is pretty physical for the ending. It provides a lot of doubles and hidden mini jacks, as you can see.
Yeah,
Bruno, what the heck? What BPM is this? Could you
I don't even know. I don't even know if I could calculate it at this point. But because like, I'm too lazy. I'm too late. Wait a minute. Aren't you a major that's related to mathematics?
I am.
Did you do the math yourself?
Well, I mean, I don't know the chart. Is this 1.6? What's the base BPM? Else?
It's-
Alright.
I'm pretty sure it's 1/8 and 1/6, but the primary snap in the chorus is 1/8. Considering how dense it gets, we could say that it's 1/9 if we normalize it to like pure single streams.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, if I just understand what's the BPM of this on 1.05, I can give you the Steam BPM.
Alright. Well, honestly, I might just add it. I remember when like we had Zygorous Distribution and then Unleashed World. Like those two files don't have a lot of jumps. And then we proceed to the previous speed pick and then this one. Like these two just contains a lot of jumps. And those jumps are really going to bother you if you're not careful enough.
Oh,
So now,
a classic.
yeah.
I wonder how many of you guys know this map. Probably a lot, but this will be Pronomia by Mifa. Well,
Yep.
the reason why I say this is a classic is because it is originally pulled for Soft 6 finals. And it's featured in like many other small tournaments. Today we are bringing it here in our finals Mappool at 1.2, increasing the BPM up to 272 in verse when you see it.
In first,
Oh,
when you see it.
You really have to point that out, huh? But yeah, speaking of which, like we're going from 250 to 272. I mean, like majority of the scores were like in the 990s range for that file. So honestly, I think it's just worth it to bump the difficulty up a little bit. Not to mention the physical capabilities of the players remaining are certainly right there. Like they can definitely play this file, and you really gotta up the difficulty levels at some point, and this has gotta be a big challenge for that.
Could someone let me in on this? What was the BPM of the jumps of Rise 2 on the semifinals?
I did say 250 BPM, 250.
250, so just about a 10% increase. Alright.
Yeah. This is a bit on the trickier side of jump stream hand streams. Mostly jump streams. It's kind of your NWC type jump streams with like medium density and pretty prime anchor dominance.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, I mean, there's a reason why this is your typical dense jump stream hand stream. It's not the longest file, obviously, but it definitely makes up for it for how difficult reading is. And this score, 991K, it's gonna be incredibly difficult to match that score. But yeah, moving on to the King World. Okay, like, just for context, I mean, I was like, should we really bump up the difficulty of this to 1.1? I mean, like, a few testers, like YZ was like, 1.1 should be there, or 1.15 even. And honestly, speaking of it, 1.1 definitely fits. So this is around 264 ppm. Of course, it has to be slow. It has to be a bit slower than, what do you call this again, the other pick, which is your dense JSHS. And this one certainly makes up for it for its length. I think it's like around 3 minutes. King World is... Yeah, indeed, it is 3 minutes and 11 seconds.
Yeah, that is pretty long. And considering the song, I'm pretty sure it's mostly continuous. There are like 2 small break sections in between, but it should not be too much of like a stamina healing station for your arms.
Yeah, definitely, you gotta be careful. Because, man, a lot of the patterns here are going to trip you up if you aren't careful. And
Trills, man.
Yeah, those trills indeed, just very challenging. Like, honestly, I don't expect to see a lot of full combos on this entire map pool, just because of how physical it is. And I know very well how physicality can really depend on how well it translates to each player. Like, even though, let's say, you're a certain physical level, it doesn't mean that you have the fundamentals to play files that are very physical. And right now, just more one-handed trills, and like these kinds of trills will really trip you up.
This map is so trilly. Yeah, it's consistent in its patterning, so I guess you don't have to worry too much about like outlier patterns, but well, this slot's main difficulty comes from endurance.
Yeah, endurance is definitely the name of the game here. And even though, let's say, you have really high accuracy, problem here, it's how difficult these trills are. Like, these are the kinds of trills that can just trip you up. Let's say you rush one section by accident, and like these are the typical kinds of files where you'll just get a ton of 200 or even 50s in that regard. And we're about to reach the end of this file. You really have to be careful on how you approach this, because man, at least playing this in a situation where nerves are another factor you'll have to consider, it's definitely going to be affecting a lot of our players here because nerves are something you do not want to have too much of.
Oh, a custom.
Indeed, it is going to be a custom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Snow, for this Korjak file. Matt Silver, I mean, you know Matt Silver as like that Korjak file in MWC semis, but this one is much, much harder. Like,
I think this one section at 153. Yeah, 152.
150.
it is indeed,
Yeah. Okay.
it is indeed 153.
The density is pretty like right in between, but well, it's very continuous. Again, another endurance test. With maybe a few broken rhythms, just to make it a bit easier on you guys, because well, otherwise the map will be overshot.
Yeah, I remember like the original map, like the Matt Silver that I think it was Alexa map that, like it had ghost stumps, right? And this doesn't have that, right? But those anchors overall are just really brutal. You gotta be careful to make sure that your stability is not ruined there.
Not a lot to say, but I do really enjoy this. It's very fun, and some of the staircase-like patterns are pretty nice looking, and they're enjoyable to play. Aside from maybe providing a challenge in the form of four-note anchors.
I mean, they're just really fun to play. Like, you know, those staircase, like you can really see that on a lot of the physical core jack files, and honestly, they're just really satisfying once you're able to hit them.
And I'm sure most of the players here will not have that big of a issue in playing this file.
We'll
I'm
see.
just I'm
We'll
just
see.
astounded at the replayer's accuracy, honestly.
Yeah, that accuracy is just incredibly good. 993K. I mean, I don't know if anyone's gonna beat that here, but let's see. Though, let's proceed to our next file. This one, oh man, this file is really difficult. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna start by saying that. So, what? So this file is a very technical file. As you can see, even though the player here, I believe that's a full combo. But look at that accuracy, 985K. That that is already a testament as to how difficult this file is.
From 11 music, yeah, these kinds of songs really provide very juicy patterns, I'd say.
Yeah.
These are so aggressive. The burrs and the rejects. They aren't consistent like the last four picks either. They're very unstable, and a lot of them are pretty much just implied stop and go motions as well, which increases the difficulty load on your hands by you needing to like wind up your hand only to slow down right after. It's pretty exhausting.
Ooh, like the BPM isn't that fast and all that. At least like relative to your perspectives. But how are you gonna play this file? Like with all the patterns that's thrown at you, like those, you see those bursts and all that? Like that's just gonna be very brutal. Those jump gluts, etc. Jacks galore. You have to be very careful to not rush. And if you do end up, like, let's say you're trying to act this file, right? Your stamina could decrease incredibly fast too. Yeah, and
I love the tiny little break that we get here just before this smack. Like what? I cannot fathom like how obtrusive these patterns can be.
man, like, just for the 6 remaining players of this file is gonna be intense. I get the fact that YZ only has a 985 cadence. Like, that's already an insane score. Just imagine how difficult it is to get a 980k in this file.
This map does provide a lot of opportunities for you to choke on, and even if you manage to stay consistent from say manipulating, your act would not be good. You just need to like be very jacked in tech maps and patterns in general. Very aggressive style overall.
Yep. Just a brutal file in general. I mean, like 6 greats. I mean, when you see 6 greats, typically that would be already enough for a 990k almost. But that ratio, this is a really difficult file to ratio. I will just say that right now. I mean, if that wasn't obvious enough.
It's still a very impressive score though.
Yeah, for a map like this, 6 200s are jacked. But moving on to the next map. I think this is the wildcard price pick.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, and like, what makes this a difficult pick? I mean, you see those streams, Jacks thrown at you. I mean, at the start, it might not look too much, right? But what's gonna make this difficult, of course, that BPM is there. But it's 3 minutes and 5 seconds, man. Just imagine playing this kind of file for that long.
It's kind of a wild card for how it is. That sounds so weird, but like what I want to say is that the length is long, the patterns are like spanning across every corner of the Oceania pattern glossary. So like you pretty much have a bag of mixed nuts in this one map. It's just a lot to unpack, and for a pick in finals, the physicality is also pretty high, so this map will be posing a challenge for low physicality players.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny you mentioned that because even this pick is still very physical to an extent. I mean, it's finals after all.
This map is the definition of I'm gonna throw you into the deep end whether you like it or not.
And more of these stream patterns. Like those dumpy patterns, man. Those are very brutal if you're not careful. And now here's her break. Never mind. That's it. That's all you're gonna get.
Oopsies, no breaks.
Reminds me of my school schedule.
And just like that. Yep. Oh my goodness. And what do you
Yeah.
see, by the way? I'm sorry.
This is pretty packed. Like, there is so much to do in with this map. And you definitely, like, the monos cassette players will lose on this, so this might be a bit of a niche. Anyways, your first 7th price pick, I believe.
The last rice pick, indeed. I mean, you might be wondering, what's this whole mixed rice? I mean, we only have a wild card pick, right? This is a good way to explain things. What, you know those dumb kind of patterns? They really fall under that wild card category. While mixed rice is really more of a trying to balance everything. Like you see some aspects of chord jazz, streams, technical, and etc. I mean, Lot can correct me or anyone here in this voice will
Yeah,
correct me.
I would say we put the wildcard picks as more flowy and dump focused patterns, while wildcards are more rigid in patterning. So the patterns are much more raw. In gamers, the Rise 6, the patterns are easier to played as a continuous stream. While this one, there are a lot of anchors and jacks that force you to actually jack the pattern correctly, else you will miss or just hit the rest of the patterns late in general, which is going to harm your act by a long way.
So what you're saying is all sense of balance is out the window for this one.
XD.
Alright, thank you for the short comment. That definitely clears up any confusion that I had. Lot, thank you.
But yes, I think we said everything we have to say about this map. It's just very raw skill heavy. Again, we already have something mixed for wildcard, but this one is just harder to actually hit in general. You
That's a
pretty
lot
much cannot
short.
manip.
That's a lot shorter than I thought it would be, honestly.
Yeah, it's a bit short, but
Yeah, and the replayer played
not
like
the big issue.
963k, and this is really impressive.
For a pick that's supposed to drain you by anchors, it's going to be short. But anyways,
I hear something. Oh no.
Yeah, because I have Ifudodo, replayed by Silicosis 7. I wonder who
we
that
will not have the funny noises for this song. We removed them. Actually, I ate them up. I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, come on.
Anyways,
Oh, come on. Don't make me hungry now. But anyways.
yeah,
Okay.
this is the no moan version. Just to put it
Yippee.
bluntly. No explicit content, GG.
Oh, it's the original one. Yes, the nostalgia is kicking into me.
XD. Yeah, this is your LN coordination pick, and I guess you were kind of expecting LN coordination picks to be timing hell, and this one just, yeah, it's the same. thing. And of course, those picks are infamous for a reason. They're very difficult to up. They're super continuous and fast-paced patterns that aren't even continuous. These broken rhythms and constant coordination patterns is pretty much how it goes in those tiny cow pigs. They're very relentless.
Is it bad that I know the dance to this song?
Okay, do it while we're commentating. Thanks. Anyways. Anyways.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Not now, but if the opportunity arises itself, I will do it.
You heard that, everyone. You heard that. Anyways.
Before you continue the discussion, I would really advise that you don't, or else baka ma-unbadge tayo.
Okay, you know what? Because of that, sure, fine.
Anyways. One thing that I really like about this file is, I mean, the challenge isn't just on the length, like, it's very repetitive. And the thing about the repetitive patterns in general is, when you play them all the time, like, you'll get used to the motion. I mean, that motion of yours, you'll get way too repetitive, and you'll end up just rushing or doing lower than that.
Yeah. Whoa! I do not want to mention about the dance and whatever else again. Let's just consider this map as a very challenging coordination pick for a PHNN4K finals map pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's go to LN2, okay? Like, can we just play LN2 now?
Yeah.
Yes, move on,
Three-minute
please. Move on,
Russian.
move on, move on.
Beat by crazy Chris
Buti.
Serlene.
Buti pa tayo naka-move on. Ay, sorry. Let's play it now.
Before that,
Yes,
shoutouts to the people who played Dreaming Attraction on 2021 PHNs and 7K. Yeah,
Wait. Was it qualifying? Right?
not qualifiers, actually a tiebreaker.
Ah! Wait, that was a tiebreaker? Okay.
Interestingly, yeah. Anyways, maybe some of you guys know this from Squid Games. Yeah, it's made for the density qualifiers, and well, why not use it here again?
I mean, here's the thing though. Wanna know a funny stat? The BPM increase here. So, we went from 195 or a little over that. Now we're at 220 BPM LN Dungeon. Because man, these players are too good. We were seeing 990Ks every single day, just nothing. And we figured,
Yeah.
why not increase the BPM by a lot?
Maybe if you guys are just hitting those jack scores effortlessly, we might as well make things hard for you. This is not just 220, it's 225.5. And the patterns are also harder. They're more coordination demanding from the inverse planning, and all these one-handed trills will maybe make you feel lost in the rhythm. You need to know when to end tapping, or else you just miss. And maybe column lock. Do not column lock, else you will just die.
Yeah, I mean, luckily, eventually the 2020, like the pre-2022 column lock still existed. I don't know what's gonna happen because man, these picks are really difficult.
These are literally merciless. quote VNMC International, why Ellen picks so hard. By the way, the owner of that account for our national tournament is Sylvelia. And the guy who is saying that the Ellen pick is hard,
Hey,
he
that's
is
a valid.
Wait,
he's
that's
gonna crush
Sevelia?
this map, like literally, yeah.
Oh, you can
Exposed. Exposed.
just play this easily. What?
Yeah.
You can just assess
Exposed.
this.
Yeah,
You can
this bro
assess
is gonna
that.
like 95k this map on 1.1 effortlessly. Ah
Come
yes, Ellen
on
picks so
now.
hard, not for
He's
Ah,
you.
gonna up.
yes.
He's gonna uprate it to like 1.2 and get a better score than the replayer here.
Oh
Ah
my
yes.
god. Facts. Okay. Now let's go to L3. Yep.
Yup.
So this pick, I was wondering, is this pick viable for this? But I guess it's
Hello,
just enough.
speed.
Yeah. That scroll speed. Yeah. I play with scroll speed 34. Okay. Can't help it.
Yeah, let's slow it a bit in here.
There we go. Okay. And so
Yeah.
you're greeted already with some Ellen releases, which it's like a mix of everything. I mean, it's a wild card pick after all. So you get a mix of Ellen density, Ellen release, and etc. Whatever that is. And now again, you're seeing some streams. Just imagine playing this in a match setting.
A lot of transitions between different elements, skill sets. You get one for density streams, you get 1/6 speed streams, and then like 1/3 shield, or maybe even coordination in between. This map kinds of blurs the line between density and coordination with its parity because it's generally very non-conformational. Unconforming, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, those tight reverse shoots. Very little gaps.
yeah, you gotta be really careful. It definitely fit. It definitely fit this round. I mean, look at how difficult this is. My goodness. And man, what in the world? Just imagine playing against. I mean, like I kept saying this. Just imagine playing these kinds of maps in a tournament setting.
Yeah. This feels... While this is more akin to on density fashion for a mixed pick, it definitely provides a lot of variety for
I mean,
it's
yeah.
just how it's a wild card after all.
I mean, like, there's a lot of density elements, but you see those kinds of streams, you typically not see that many streams on a typical density pick.
Yeah.
That's why this definitely fits this one.
Maybe it feels like akin to like speed element maps, stuff like Fatal Entanglement or Mugen Hoyo in MWC. They were like very expressionistic, and your fingers are supposed to like flow very continuously and hectically throughout the map.
That's true. I really struggle to full combo that. I mean, sure, my left wrist is kind of whack, but still, Ellen 4 is gonna be very funny though.
Oops, Patu Raja's 6-star!
And yes, 1.05.
Yay,
So-
red pages.
Alright, again, can we lower the scroll speed limit? Just to match it? There we go.
Oops, 6.88 star!
Wait, I missed that mini jack? Oh my goodness, yeah. These mini jacks are really difficult. And
You're just a bit off. Right.
but this isn't even what makes this file hard. And I can't wait to show what's gonna make this really difficult. Here we go!
It's coming! Let the game begin! Let the arcade boots open now! Yup, a lot of tight inverses. These are really hard. The inverse streams are just very coordination demanding and technical as well. It's so unconventional to play. Oh, and those races in between those very like small gaps of element walls.
Yeah, I mean, what's going, like, the thing about this file is My goodness, like it's not this part may not be as fast as the previous one, but the amount of mental fortitude and control that's required for you to hit those certain columns while like it's like you're playing a very tight Ellen inverse pattern while also playing Ellen release. That's kind of how I describe that part.
Yeah, while up one is more towards physicality and speed, this one is definitely having a bias for coordination and more volatile Ellen patterns. Generally, very scary pick. This is only finals, by the way, but it's already pretty unforgiving.
I mean, again, like the players just cut some really good Ellen scores. And after that, we cannot help but just make this map go much harder. I guess
By the way,
yeah.
for reference, the 1/6 gaps in this map are 45 BPM, which is just barely like 1.5 times the window of a marvelous. A perfect.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's gonna be really difficult. I mean, luckily for everyone, LM5, don't expect this pick to be a really difficult pick. Like, I would think players would
In
find,
fact, is interesting.
like, yay, finally something easier, maybe. Alright, let's watch the replay.
Yeah. Well, it is maybe easier and more conventional because after all, it is supposed to be an LM consistency pick. Yes, that's the name of our slot. These will be 20 BPM very continuous LM walls.
Yeah, I mean, Ellen Walls, that's just really the name of the game for this one. I mean, again, I think among the 5 Ellens, this will be the highest scoring one for sure. Unless someone proves me wrong, or at least if someone gets distracted. So right now it looks a lot easier, right? But that's kind of the intention of this pick. Here we go. So a lot of these Ellen Walls. I mean, you might ask, what makes this a finals pick? Well, number 1, the consistency required to play this. And number 2, when you're in finals, the stamina that you're gonna have in a best of 13 match is gonna be much lower as time progresses. So when this pick's already there, you're gonna be really tired. And after that, yeah, that challenge is really gonna be added.
PHNM streams did set one quote that I find really true. In Ellen release picks, you get more 200s, and in Ellen coordination consistency picks, you get more misses.
Wait, who
You
said that
may.
again? Was I the one who said that?
I'm pretty sure someone said that during one of the PHNM streams, Mappool showcases, like last year.
Said that, right,
but-
Surf? Wait, was it you that said that, Surf? I'm pretty sure that was me. Alright, let's go on.
I know, but yeah. Even if you get high accuracy on this, you still need to be very careful not to miss. Throughout the span of 3 minutes and 55 seconds, you may catch a miss anywhere. And if your opponent does not, then that just seals the deal because the score gap from one miss is way too big. Unless your opponent sacrifices too many accuracy, which may or may not happen. It depends.
That's true. I mean, to your point a lot, like you said something about 250s, right? That's one thing if you're getting a lot of 200s. When you're getting 50s, when you get 50s,
Oh.
you know how when you get bad judgment, you get continuous rushes of them? Getting a rush of hornets
that's
is
what
bad.
you mean by 250s. I
Yeah,
thought you
so
were
like-
referring to the BPM.
No. I wasn't referring to that, but like I'm also adding to whatever is there. I'm just adding to what you're saying, Vlad. Don't worry. I also meant what you said, but you really have to be careful with this on this pick. Because again, fatigue is gonna be really bad at this point, unless you pick it first, which I don't know if that's a good decision either. Because like this is gonna be a chance for those who might not be that physical to get a few points or something. So man, the nerves have got to be really high.
Yeah, your combo builds up to a very high number that you will fear of losing, so that just adds into mental capacity load. It makes the experience all more nerve-wracking.
I think the best way to describe this thing is, do you want to pick this early, but the cost of wasting so much of your mental stamina? Or do you want to pick this later, with the risk of your stamina already being gone, but also with the hope that your opponent's stamina is also gone? That's how I describe the strategies among this pick,
Yeah,
really.
this pick really provides a different kind of tactics and experience, opposing to the fast-paced dynamic LN picks of the last four maps.
Oh yeah, I mean the Ellens are gone now. I mean, we'll be proceeding to the hybrids.
I think it's an interesting way to put that, though. Like you actually have to strategize with how you pick that last Olympic. So I wonder if that's gonna be the reason why. Is it probably gonna be a factor in how often it's gonna be picked? I'll be honest with you.
The reason why. Oh my goodness, that certain phrase reminded me of a certain a clip. Remember, this is the reason why this player is going to win. Imagine if that happened. But yeah, moving on. So you updated your F list. Let's see what kind of file this is. Why does the violence sound so familiar? Like it sounds like it sounds like it's from somewhere I know, but I forgot. I just don't know what it is.
Renner music is pretty much all classics, and who also being a classic mapper kind of adds into the modern vintage vibe this is giving. She was kind of well known for mapping Newgrounds music and or just like old bangers, and this is one of them. This is for the Jack Focus hybrid, and yeah, the theme definitely is ingrained into the patterns of the map. A lot of aggressive and broken up mini jacks under many phones, almost with no stops. There may be stop and go motions in the jacks, but there will be no stops in the overall patterning.
My goodness, like this is just continuous. And really, props to the replayer, like performed really well on a pick like this. Like honestly, it's very commendable. Like this consistency on hybrids is just amazing.
Yeah, this pick is probably one of the easier to miss ones because it's the nature of Jack. You cannot manipulate and maybe get a low act. If you miss, you kind of have to miss. For Jack Focus Hybrid, this map does play with very many kinds of patterns. You can see here these 3-column LNs, and aside from the usual 1/4 mini Jackie hybrids, there are also small segments of under LN walls, which also feel Jackie in a sense. Like, I guess a bit reminiscent of ODM23's Divine. What's the song again?
Oh, what do you mean? What
Yes,
song?
Makoto Senenjo for Hybrid 3. Grand
Oh, that
Finals.
one. Oh, that one. All right. Mm. So moving on from this, I mean, a lot of jacks and all that, a lot of rise patterns, and now we're gonna be having traverse. Woo! This one's gonna be your
Hybrid.
technical. Isn't it technical? Technical hybrid, right?
Yeah. I think we may have we might are supposed to showcase this after the stream focused hybrid, but it's whatever.
Ah, it's fair. This is alright. Let's. This is the correct order. So yeah, this is indeed hybrid two for this pool. So I think what's going to make this difficult is based on look at that length, right? It's after that. And there we go. As I say that,
Yep. Dr.
My-
Mango, even in older versions of his classic mapping style, like his iconic style, it's still very aggressive. His patterns are like formless, non-conformal. It, it's literally like everything with how aggressive it is, the patterns will definitely not going to give a break for you guys.
this reminds me of your typical Abraxas mapping. In a way, it sort of reminds me of that Mike Leak hybrid that was featured in Speed of Light. I forgot what that is.
Amorphous in
Yeah, there we go.
Final.
It kind of reminds me of that in the Ellen patterning at the very least.
Yeah, my click kind of sets his reputation as a pretty aggressive hybrid element mapper. Dr. Mango definitely is more infamous though. This map is no exception.
Yeah, man, 974 is so good on a file like this. Moving on to next map. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Isn't this your
Oh,
file? There it is.
wait, yeah. Wait, why are the scores so similar? They're all 974,000. But anyways, this is your...
I mean, it's the same. I mean, it's the same player. I mean, isn't
Yeah.
that good? Like, it just shows a balance on the map pools. Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, this is your stream heavy hybrid, but I guess if following the hybrid 1, 2, 3 order, then it's just in like from going from rice bias to balance to LN bias. This map is very LN heavy for a hybrid, but most of the LNs are just very short longs, like the 1/4 LNs. I mean, like at 287 BPM, more of your concern is going to be hitting the fast broken streams instead of hitting the short 1/4 LNs.
And back to your point, man, this is really like as time passes on, Apollo is a very nerve-wracking file because like there's a lot of parts here that just go faster and faster, and like with the nature of the instruments that are being played and the environment it puts you in, it's definitely gonna make you nervous. And not to mention this patterning, and now this very awkward Ellen section and drills. Oh.
True is nasty. You should be very careful on it.
I'm expecting like a lot of people to actually lose a lot of accuracy there.
Yeah, they being like very fast strongs does not help either because it's just double the damage from one head and one tail.
Oh my goodness, like the amount of Ellen control and the physicality needed to play that. This whole file is just... Ooh! That physicality, I mean, just looking at how this will be played is going to be so interesting.
Yeah, this map has the highest overall BPM throughout the entire pool. So yes, very aggressive in general. You get one last speed up. Be careful! You do not wanna pursue completely kind of a waste. Yep, the LN speeding up is kind of overwhelming if you already drop your guard here.
Uh-huh, definitely. And now, I believe that's all of the regular picks, unless I'm forgetting something. I mean, isn't that all the regular picks at this point? Like, this is your
Yeah.
hybrid 3, so yeah, let's proceed
Yeah,
to the tiebreaker, which is going to be Angel of Fallen Origins by Akiri, and this score,
I
99 to
love this
38.
song.
Yeah, I do too.
This map and song is a custom made for the Quake Official Tournament 23 Knockouts 2, so it's equivalent to finals in like round of 128 to grand finals scaling. And because of that position, this map definitely is very hard and all-rounded. There's a lot that's included in this single 6 minutes and 36 seconds map.
6 minutes. I mean, Rospo was also 6 minutes. I like how we have a trend here of extremely long tiebreakers. I mean, as they should be.
Yeah. But the overall trend is that tiebreakers not only test all-round fitness, but also stamina in its highest form. We start off with some simple hybrid timing at a moderate technicality. Some of these releases may drop you a few twin flips, but it's just the beginning.
So yeah, now we got a little bit of breathing here. I think this breathing room would be nice to have, but
Not a
certainly,
lot.
certainly not a lot. And now we're back to crazy stuff again.
Yep, your first pure Ellen section. Oh, I mapped this part by the way. This is like it's really similar to boss fight after party in the sense that it's supposed to be Ellen tech, but it has this slight coordination and release bias.
Oh wow, like more of these Ellen coordination.
This middle section ramps up the density and makes it more physical. It feels like name of both by Christine for grand finals of OMN3. And this one is just this peak on tech release. Very hard to not drop to the
Yeah, and time again. A little bit of breathing room, but once again, it's not gonna last too long. So, just more of these patterns thrown at you, and there you go.
Feels a bit like hybrid one, this section. These fast mini jacks with broken burst patterns. Oh, and it switches to Rice immediately afterwards. All transitions overall, and the Rice does not stop. You get one more dense break forest section, which is accompanied by very crazy tech patterns. It was supposed to be a bit easier, but like Flame Fury, she told us to buff this section. Oopsies.
Oh no. Like, man.
Oh, a small buff, whatever show.
Going, keep on, it's just gonna keep on going and all that. And more of those rolls and bursts. And now this is when I believe this stuff's gonna chill for a bit.
Yep, let's relax. You do not have a lot of breathing room in this map. Even this break still has pretty quirky releases. But at least it's a physical break. And it immediately picks back up after just 10 seconds of intermission.
And this is gonna start to speed up, I believe. And here we go, a speed section.
Oh, and density! Oh!
That element section. Like, it's one of those, like, it's not the most intuitive to play. Not just because of its speed, but the way it's patterned. like you see those sport LMs, like you don't just hold them, you'll have to make sure that you release them on the right time as well. So you gotta be really careful with this LM cleansing section. Definitely much harder than all the previous tiebreakers we've had for this
Yeah,
round.
two pickers. You're defending by VPN this one from like 2 and victory, and then you're immediately put with Rice Tech again. Very harsh transition from Elm to Rice.
And more mini jacks just overall can really make you have unstable hands and all that.
It goes back to Ellen Tech. This one is also mapped by me. Why am I so responsible for so many Ellen Tech cards? Oopsies.
Overall, just a very uncomfortable file. I will commend anyone that's like even a 99 on something like this. Man,
Here to be a build up to 300 BPM jacks and broken streams.
yeah, those jacks can be really unforgiving if you're not careful. I like how the build up it's just incredibly fast, and those patterns are very unforgiving as well. I mean, especially at this BPM, like it's not the most safe or comfortable BPM or comfortable
Yeah.
pattern at the same time.
Positioned at the end of the map, it just makes it much more of a stamina drainer. But if you long for an ending, here it is. It's finally over. Oops! Not exactly.
Reminds me of last year's tiebreaker.
Yep. So, yeah, it reminds me of that. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's exactly just like that.
Akiri is responsible for a lot of these last bonks in her song. It's kind of a troll. Like you hear the same bonk in Combo Cup Spray for Everest and last year Grand Final Tiebreakers The Cry of the Uncertain.
I'm pretty sure it was also present in cryochemistry, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
Actually,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like whenever I think I remember mentioning Akiri mentioning it like somewhere that that bonk sound is practically their signature sound. Like every single track that has been you like at least from what I've listened like has it.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
what I can see why and where.
All right.
I mean, that's all for the 4K Mappool showcase. Um, thanks so much, everyone, for dropping by. I mean, I'm pretty sure all the schedules and for the maps that have to be uploaded, they will be uploaded as soon as possible. And once that happens, the Mappool feed will be fired, and you'll be able to get the grasp of what the Mappool is like. Once again, schedules have already been released. And I forgot when the deadline is. Isn't it like isn't it Thursday or Wednesday, something like that? Okay,
One of those days, yeah.
it's one of those days. I'm joking. Okay, Thursdays. It's
No.
Thursday. So Thursday is going to be the deadline for the schedules and all that. So make sure that you already settled all of your schedules, and don't forget that there are also conditional matches once again for this weekend. Other than that, man, I can't wait to see how everyone performs at this map pool. But until then, see you on the final stage.
Good luck dealing with this
luck,
pretty demonic map pool. But do not go yet. Do not go yet. We have something.